We're about 40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Levi's Stadium tunnels, and the noise level in this place was deafening. They're set for football as the 49ers get ready to do battle with the Arizona Cardinals. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Throwing, Hundley. Screenplay, Johnson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A good pickup there on first as the screen pass gets him 8.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And they're going to have a 3rd down. Now Hundley. And incomplete here on 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
On 4th down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. The speedster Dante Pettis back deep to return. Fielded just inside the 20. We'll call that a 49-yard punt, but a net of just 39 following the 10-yard return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Here we go, here we go.
Now the Georgia Southern man, this is Jerick McKinnon. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. Here's Garoppolo to throw. Goodwin able to hold it in. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Garoppolo to Goodwin there for a 49er first. Garoppolo on first down. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, second down.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Toss play to McKinnon. Nifty move. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
65.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. They convert on third with a gain of 22. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Now McKinnon. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Here again is McKinnon. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And down inside the 15 he goes. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Garoppolo going to try and throw on 3rd. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. And since the penalty occurred in the end zone, move the ball to the 1-yard line.
First and goal from the 1-yard line. Costly penalty.
They'll try to run with McKinnon. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
And that loss of yards there is not just on him. It's on the guys blocking for him. I mean, they're supposed to create some type of space or at least get a stalemate. They end up letting them through, and they ended up tackling him for a loss.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, second and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. And give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be third and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to...
And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Kyle Juszczyk, his first touchdown on the year. And the Niners are able to cash in for 6. Robbie Gould on for the extra point. And now it's blocked. Gould now out to kick it away. On the return, this is Rashad Ross now. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Let's go! They'll come out throwing here on first down. Escaping the pressure right. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory down to the 40-yard line. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10, right at the 40. They'll look to throw now on first down. Being chased out left. And this one complete to Jermaine Gresham. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Then he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time, and that'll bring up second down.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, Quarterback's got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And this throw will be intercepted. Reuben Foster picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
Now McKinnon to start the drive. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Hey, come on, come on, come on. 13.
They run once more with McKinnon. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Here we go. 21.
On 1st down, Garoppolo. Screen play, McKinnon. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. McKinnon. And some room to roam now. And he's brought down after a good gain. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. 2 minutes to go here in the 1st half. We'll come back here right after this. Throwing on 1st is Garoppolo. And he rifles one incomplete.
So it looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
21. Here we go.
Back to the air on 2nd. It's Garoppolo. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 40. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The Niners on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 7. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They get 14 yards there and a first down.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and this is what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
65, 65. Well, fellas, here we go. We got three, fellas, we got three.
They go play action here on first down. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And he doesn't quite make it. They do stop him, but he gets it all the way down to the 1. That one goes for 24 yards. So we've reached halftime here in a low-scoring affair. 6-0 is our score. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The tackle made there by Dayon Buchanan.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Now Garoppolo throwing on second. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down. They got the win last week despite not having any interceptions. Tried to come up with one there, could not. But there's a stat category called PBU, pass breakup. That's important too, and they got one.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it because at least you're there, knocking the ball away. Offense isn't possessing it, making plays downfield. And you just continue to harass the receivers, harass the quarterback, and maybe the big play does occur down the road.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. The Niners on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
12. 11. Wait. 6. Go.
And the blitz does come. And this is going to be incomplete. There was the pressure you were talking about, force the incompletion.
And it doesn't always have to end in a sack, does it? Sometimes you can make a good play by forcing the incompletion with the pressure.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. And And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Now it's Peterson. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. Give him 30 yards there. They've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you. Push them deep. Find some space and open things up again. Being aggressive there, I think, will pay off for them.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Buying time to his left. Caught on the left side, Fitzgerald. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Larry Fitzgerald, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cardinals are an extra point away from grabbing the lead. Here's Phil Dawson now for the point after. Dawson tacks on the point after, and they take the lead here at 7-6. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll make it 2nd and short.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Over the middle, and he's got Goodwin complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The 13 yards that time at a 1st. Garoppolo, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Here's McKenna. And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
Well, there's what we call an even front or an odd front. And an odd front's real easy to figure out. If that guy is lined up over the nose of the center, typically that's an odd front defense. Odd number of people, meaning 3-4 versus the 4-3, which is an even front. You've got to control those guys in the middle. Whether it's the nose or the two defensive tackles in a four-man front, if those guys can't get moved, you cannot run the ball in the middle of the field. And in that play, they were able to actually take care of business.
And he holds it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Dante Pettis, his second touchdown on the season. And the Niners are able to cash in for 6. Now Garoppolo and the Niners will come up and go for 2. To throw, it's Garoppolo. And that is caught for the 2 points. And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
Gold now out to kick it away. And now here's Ross. And an alley to run. And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field.
That strong return has set them up nicely for this drive. And we all know the next score is going to have a major impact on this game.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. He'll drop to throw, eluding the pressure right. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on first down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback because that was awfully close.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Here we go.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here, and he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Here's the veteran punter Lee as he sends this one away. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And out will come the offense as they take over. Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Get set! 13!
Garoppolo looks to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, 49ers. Dante Pettis, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Now Gold for the extra point. This time the extra point up and good. And it's now 21-7. Gold now out to kick it away. Now Ross to return. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points
big time.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Hundley now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. A first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Throwing, Hundley. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. They'll look to throw here. And he's got Gresham. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's Cardinal football, but they trail here as we get set to bring you the 4th and final quarter. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Ohio, let's go.
Now Hundley. And his throw is incomplete. The tight end, Jermaine Gresham, the intended receiver. And now it's second down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Here we go. White 90. White 90.
So that'll back him up 5. And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15. Again, he'll drop to throw. Got some real estate inside the 30. And he comes back with one complete. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Hundley now 8 of 15 through the air, but it's 1st and 10 here. Back to throw now on first down. This is intercepted. Picked off at the 20, and his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. That's now a 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. The drive starts with a handoff to McKinnon. Oh, and now he bowls him over. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Sometime in this fourth quarter, someone on defense is going to have to step up and force a turnover.
They run it with McKinnon. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was a strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? On the toss, it's McKinnon. And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. And give credit to Reuben Foster, the linebacker, getting a hand in to disrupt. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. And 2nd and 10, he'll move the throw again. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Eric Armstead in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. The Cardinals on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield and almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And give credit to Reuben Foster, the linebacker, getting a hand in to disrupt. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They come out here in the eye. They'll run it with Williams. Trying to ram his way in, but they're going to hold him back at the goal line. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
They're right there at the 1. No gain, but don't let that stop you. Line back up and keep going at them. If I'm them, I'm thinking about going at it 4 straight times.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. They'll try to run with Breida. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. That'll go as a loss of 5. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? They run again with Breida. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the 49ers, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, things aren't looking good. It'll be an 0-5 start. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings.